What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Sports TV. And I am back with another live stream. I'll probably be on for about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe joined by some guests, 2K and Bo. If not, it's just going to be me solo dolo. I'm talking about Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao apparently being in the works. When y'all come in, man, hit that like button, man. Say what's up to Big Cool. Also talking about Jorge Linares, who is returning September 29th against Abner Cotto at 140. And then we're going to be talking about what Angel Garcia had to say about his son Danny Garcia's worth. He said for Danny to go to the zone, he wants 6 to 8 mil. And I got one simple question. Is Danny Garcia worth that amount of money? But let's talk about Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. And I did a video on this earlier today, and a lot of people are already getting in Mikey's ass, no homo, just because they feel like he's at it again. He's at it again, calling these fighters out and then not going through with, fighting them. He's been hell-bent on facing Errol Spence, for the longest, and everybody was saluting him, giving him props because guys in his own division wasn't trying to do that. But he trying to come up from 135 to 147. And we thought that the fight was going to be a go. Obviously, when Steven Espinoza, the head guy over at Showtime, said that, with Wilder Fury being on for November, December, it's going to be hard to make 2 pay-per-view fights due to the time of year. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, it all, concur with each other month after month. So it's going to be hard to ask fans to pay a lot of money for not only one pay-per-view, but for another one. And now Mikey Garcia comes out today and says that he has held talks with Team Pacquiao about a potential fight in December. And honestly, I'm not mad at Mikey. I think it is a smart decision just because it gives him a chance to see how his body feels against a guy who is still dangerous, but is clearly past his prime. So I think that it is smart on his behalf, but it makes him look bad because he didn't mention nobody else's name at welterweight but Errol Spence. And for him to now all of a sudden be calling out or saying that he's in negotiation with Manny Pacquiao, fans are going to feel like, dude, you doing that same shit you been did. Because you remember last year, he was in talks with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy for a fight with Jorge Linares. At first, Oscar De La Hoya wanted options on him. He said no, understandably. Then, you know what I'm saying? He came back to the table, Oscar did, gave him everything he wanted, 50-50, no options. The fight would have take place either somewhere, Showtime, HBO, PBC, whatever it would have been taking place on. And he turned it down to go face Sergey Lipinets, which I understand. He wanted to be a champion in his 4th weight division, which he did do that. But I'm like, bro, you could have been had that WBA title. And if you would have did that and then fought Easter like you just did, you'd have had 3 or 4 belts. And all you would have been waiting on is for Vasil Lomachenko to snatch that WBO title off of whoever it was that he was going to be facing. Obviously, now we know that it's Jose Pedraza that he will be facing. But now, Mikey is about to get a lot of backlash, although he does maintain that Errol Spence is still the top priority. This doesn't sound like that. And again, I'm not here to bash him, but I'm here to say that you can't keep doing this. You can't keep calling these fighters out. And then when these fights are on the table and proposed and really close to being a done deal, you opt to face a guy with a lesser name and not that big of a threat. And this could very well backfire on Mikey because Manny Pacquiao looked damn good against Lucas Matisse. And I know Lucas Matisse, who's a good fighter, limited, though, in terms of his movement and ring IQ, but he's a solid fighter with big power. And Manny Pacquiao just went through him like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? He made that look super easy. And Mikey, for all the skills he does possess, this could be a tricky fight. This could be a fight that backfires on him just because he think that Pacquiao old. But if he was able to win this fight, feel comfortable at 147, and actually have some type of pop, he will put himself in line to face Keith one-time Thurman sometime down the line, who was the WBA super champion. This fight between him and Manny Pacquiao will be for the WBA regular title. So, obviously he's thinking long term as well, maybe trying to angle that, get that fight going and look to have Keith Thurman down the line and attack Errol Spence in his next fight. But it is a smart move, in my opinion, for him, because I would advise him that. And we know his father, we over at 3kingsboxing.com has been reporting on this. His father and his brother, Robert Garcia, have been advising him to, go look at Manny Pacquiao as a potential opponent instead of Errol Spence. And if he does that, which he probably should have done from the get-go, it's going to be all gravy, because he can really see how he gets acclimated at 147 if he feels like he can really take that punishment. Because if you can't deal with Manny Pacquiao, as great as he is, but at this point it's not the same fighter, then you have no business at 147 at all, especially against Errol Spence Jr. That's why I never understood why he was so hell-bent on fighting him. And I know Mikey a great fighter, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. Very high ring IQ, very tactical, very technical, and fundamentally sound. I just didn't get what he's seen in Errol Spence that he felt that he could expose from a physical standpoint. Mental probably has a better ring IQ than Errol Spence Jr. at this point. But the size and strength of Errol Spence Jr. alone makes him too tough of a guy, in my opinion, for a guy that's coming up 12 pounds. So I always wonder, why not go after, a Danny Garcia or Jesse Vargas or Keith Thurman or somebody like that, or hell, a Manny Pacquiao, to get yourself acclimated and really, see if you can hang with those guys that's at 147. But we have to wait and see how everything plays out with that. Like I said, Mikey is very unpredictable. Hell, he could sign with the Zone tomorrow and announce that shit, because he is a free agent. He has been courted by Eddie Hearn and shit, Dana White over at Zuffa, boxing promotion. Excuse me, I had to get a drink of that water. But yeah, man, we just have to wait and see. Hopefully, he made the best decision for him, because he got a lot of options. He got a mandatory defense of his IBF title against Richard Comey I would advise him to do that. I would advise him to fight Comey, get that mandatory out of the way, and then go for Spence, or then go for Lomachenko, unify that, and then go for Spence. That's what my strategy would be for him, or my advice for him. But he said it plenty of times. He's looking for big money fights, big name fights, and that is what Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. bring to him. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and talk to me in the chat. What it do, Mike J? James Boxing? Yeah, he do think he's faster than him. He think he can attack on the inside. But while I do think that's the case, I just don't think it's going to be effective. I think it's going to be null and voided, bro. I just think so. I just think that Errol Spence is underrated in the skill department, in my opinion. He's very good. He's very strong. He's very determined, and Mikey hasn't fought no guy like that. He hasn't fought a guy like that at all. You know what I'm saying? But, it is a fight that could be better than we initially think, because these guys are close to skill level. The only thing, again, is not to be the dead horse, it's the size differential. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we primarily looking at when we talk about this fight. But if we want to break it down, really, yeah, the cerebralness of Mikey Garcia, the ring IQ, the mental aspect is something that definitely has to be brought into the equation, because boxing is 90% mental, 10% physical. And if you can outthink your opponent and have the bona fide skills to execute the game plan, then you can do a lot of shit, even against a guy that is two divisions bigger than you. So we have to see, man. Hopefully everything works out. I'll be very interested in a fight between him and Manny Pacquiao. And I don't think it's a bad fight at all. I think it's a winnable fight, but I think it's a dangerous fight and a fight that it will be smart to take to see where you at. But let's move on to the next subject. Former WBA and Lineal or Ring Magazine lightweight champion Jorge Linares is coming back September 29th, where he will be facing Abner Cotto in a new weight division. He's moving up to 140. We seen his last fight this past May against Vasyl Lomachenko. That was a great fight. He dropped Lomachenko, the first guy to ever do that to Lomachenko as a professional. That fight was close. They were giving and taking. It was just an excellent fight. Vasyl Lomachenko, to his credit, being one of the top pound-for-pound fighters, fought through adversity with a shoulder injury, managed with a body shot in the 10th round, and that's all she wrote. But that was a very good fight. And now Linares is looking to, redeem himself, get himself, as a factor in a new weight class. And we all know the history of Linares. It's not that he's chinny, but the motherfucker cut easily. He's easily cut. You know what I'm saying? And going up to 140, these guys are bigger punchers. These guys are bigger than him. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can deal with these guys. It's going to be key to see if he can handle Abner Cotto. I think that this is definitely a tune-up fight, but we've seen time and time before that tune-up fights turn into upsets real quick, or fights that shouldn't be as close just because a fighter may be better than we anticipated, or a bad stylistic matchup, or just the favorite fighter just having an off night. But I expect Linares to look good against Cotto. I think that he has a chance to be effective at 140. I don't think he had a similar success at 140 that he did at 135, because you got Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, you got Maurice Hooker, Alex Aceto, you got Relic. You got all these guys that are at 140, even though they participate in the WBSS World Boxing Super Series tournament. Jose Ramirez as well, still got Amir Mom there. It's still a lot of guys there that can give him problems and beat him. He's a little older now, still supremely skilled, fast hands, showed to be able to, keep up with Vasyl Lomachenko in their fight with the footwork, because we all know that he doesn't have the best of footwork, foot placement, but, his trainer did an excellent job in preparing him for that fight, and it showed. It showed why, he was so highly touted coming out of the amateurs, and that, he's a champion, a long reigning champion. So I think that he'll have a good run at 140. It remains to be seen if he'll become a champion or not. Hey, Mike James boxing. That's a great fight, bro. That's a damn good fight. Because I thought that before the tide started to turn between Postal and Taylor, Postal was winning that fight. He was winning that fight, and I love Josh Taylor, one of my favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? But that was a great-ass test for him. It'll definitely be a great-ass fight. Him and Linares, it'll be interesting to see how Linares deals with that length and that reach and height advantage that Postal would possess. And it will be interesting to see how Postal deals with the hand speed, the athleticism of Jorge Linares. And that is a fight that I can see Linares getting cut up in, man. Y'all hit that like button, man, and share these videos. Tell people come check out Colossal Sports TV. Yeah, Mike James boxing. He's not the same guy. Definitely not. But he's still a very, very dangerous opponent. He's a guy that can upset the apple cart. Hell, even Julius Ndongo, even though he looked like shit, against Regis Prograde and got obliterated. I think that he'll pose a good fight for Jorge Linares as well. But it's 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 a lot of ways that Linares can go. And I'm pretty sure that Oscar De La Hoya is got that in the back of his mind um that there's a lot of fights out there that he could put Linares in and he could be successful. He's working with Al. I mean, he's shown to be working with Bob Arum to put the Lomachenko Linares fight on. So maybe Bob Arum feel confident in Jose Ramirez that he could potentially match him up with Jorge Linares. You know what I'm saying? And that would be a good fight, especially for the young champion who is yet to make his first title defense. He'll be doing that September 14th against Alex Orzoko, or I think that's his name. But there's a lot of potential fights out there for Linares. Yeah, he cut easily, and that's a fight with that jab that Postal possesses. That's some shit. And the gloves he used, I think he uses Reyes gloves with the horsehair and all that. I think that is a fight that we can see. It looked reminiscent of his fight back in 2011 against Antonio DeMarco, where he was beating the fuck out of DeMarco. I'm talking about outboxing him, punishing him, and then as the fight went on, that motherfucker goddamn DeMarco came on. Linares got tired, got cut, and Antonio DeMarco very accurate and just pieced his ass up until the referee stopped the fight. So it's definitely a chance that Linares get cut up against Postal or whoever he faces. But I would love to see him fight Postal. Yeah, that'll be a good fight. Him versus Ramirez. Yeah, him versus Regis Prograde would be good. It's a lot of intriguing matchups. Um, you know, out there for him to be in, and we just have to see how it plays out. Let's go and move to the next topic. Angel Garcia says that for Danny Garcia to move to the zone, he wants $6 to $8 million for Danny Garcia. And my question is Danny Garcia worth that? Is he worth that money? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know, honestly. If you look at his resume, his resume be like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, he worth that money. But as of late, I don't know. I don't know. I just decided to throw my face in there so y'all can see Big Cool. But if you look at his resume, he got Lamont Peterson on there. He got Amir Khan, Zab Judah, Eric Morales, Hall of Famer twice, even though he's past his prime. He got Paulie Malignaggi, Robert Guerrero, Brandon Rios. He got who else? He got Nate Campbell. He got all these guys on his resume. And I know it is a what have you done for me lately business. Lately he hasn't really been in the ring. He's been in there with Keith Thurman as well. Lost that. That was his first loss. But other than that, he really ain't been fighting nobody that's worth anything. But if I'm Eddie Hearn and you want a big name fighter, you're gonna have to overpay at some point. You just simply gonna have to overpay at some point, man, because the Charlo twins, they ain't really bit yet. Mikey Garcia, I don't know what he waiting on. These other guys, they not biting. Adrian Broner didn't bite, and that motherfucker could have used that 6, 7, 8 mil that you offered him over the course of those 3 fights. So at some point, you're gonna have to overpay these fighters to get them under your stable. And I don't think nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with giving Danny that much money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I didn't watch the interview with Angel, but I don't know if he was saying 6 to 8 million per fight or 6 to 8 mil over the course of a deal. You know what I'm saying? And if it's 6 to 8 mil per fight, no, no. Yeah, not per fight. I agree with you. Truth and Fact Sports Talk. Now, over the course of a deal, of course, but 6 to 8 million per fight, I just find that hard to see me dishing out to a guy that doesn't fight as consistently as he used to. Seems to be content with where he at. You know what I'm saying? But for that amount of money, for 6 to 8 mil a fight, hell yeah, he'll fight Spence all three of those fights. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what Eddie Hearn deems reasonable and worth it. You know, it's a calculated move on his part because he knows he has to reel in somebody and somebody soon. You know, he has Demetrius Andrade, he has Tevin Former, who's the newly crowned champion. He definitely needs Andrade to beat Billy Joe Saunders, and he needs Daniel Jacobs to beat Sergey Derevchenko. That will give him 3 champions. That will give him 2 champions at the middleweight division. So that means he would have the middleweight division on lock, and that would be a good look for him. But he needs a bigger name, the one that somebody that the casual fan can sense. I agree, Mike James. He'll work about 3 or 4 million a fight. But like I was saying, Eddie Hearn needs somebody that resonates with the casual fan. Danny Garcia is a guy that resonates somewhat with the casual fan, you know, and I think that he has enough star power to get people to, you know, come see him fight. You know, he's been fighting at the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn, New York for the longest since they opened up. He may mix it up and fight in Las Vegas, but I think that's the type of move that Eddie Hearn is going to have to make, unless he got a ace in the deck that we ain't been thinking about. He's going to have to, you know, go balls to the wall for some of these fighters that he won't, man, because at the end of the day, you know, if you don't got the big names in your stable, you're not going to get the results that you want. But all that shit can go down the drain for Danny Garcia if he loses to Sean Porter next week. You know, Sean Porter, another guy that may need to be listening to Eddie Hearn and what he got to say, because I don't know what his money is, and I'm not here to count his money, but you know, that's something that he can look forward to too, because that motherfucker don't fight often. He don't fight often at all. You know what I'm saying? Every time you look up, this motherfucker is waiting on somebody to fight. He waited on Keith Thurman to fight. He waited on Danny Garcia to fight. Like, this man fight like once a year. Bro, you supposed to be fighting 2 or 3 times, at least 2 times. At least 2. It'd be great you get in there 3. So that's a guy that he need to be looking at Sean Porter. That way he can get a nice set pay, whether it's 10 or 12 over the course of 3 fights, 3 fight dates against 3 opponents you choose, or you can come to an agreement with, and there it is. Because for him to continue to sit out on the sidelines waiting on, you know, these guys to fight him is only going to be detrimental to his career moving forward, man. It really is. I don't see how he's going to be benefiting from that. But, man, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate everybody that was on. Y'all hit that like button, share this video. Head over to Facebook right now. Find Colossal Sports TV. Go ahead and like that page. Then go over to Instagram and follow me there at Colossal _ Sports TV. Follow me on Twitter at Colossal Sports TV. Shout out to everybody in the movement that is moving with us. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, unbiased boxing news and information reported the way it should be. Shout out to the LDBC and everybody in between that's doing they dizzle on this boxing and sports grind and grind in general. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video if you like it. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell button to be notified every time I upload content. If you forgot where to go to get my social media accounts, I'll post the links in the description down below. I am a journalist, the lead journalist for 3kingsboxing.com. So If you're on Facebook in those boxing groups and you see me sharing, it's my shit, is Bo shit, is everybody in the in Three Kings boxing shit. So just check me out. You can add me on Facebook, Jarrell Fletcher, and we can chop it up boxing there, man. So into next. Hold on. My boy Mike James boxing just disrespected me in the worst way. I ain't gonna turn this into a sports one, but Mike James, hey, hey man, drop your email, drop your email, man. We gonna get you on the live show, man. If y'all want to be on these Google Hangouts as well, man, drop y'all emails, man, because I love chopping it up with y'all, man. Y'all rock with me, I rock with y'all. But yeah, I'm coming back. We're gonna discuss the Tennessee West Virginia game. It's Rocky Top all day. I also post a link to the new channel I do, talking college sports with CJ from the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all go check him out. And Cali, from the Cali Enigma Sports Show. Y'all go check him out as well. I post a link to that. Our new channel is called College Sports Most Wanted S12 S10. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.